Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the Nike Air Zoom Turf Jet 97. I'll give you guys a quick look at the label here on the box. You can see the pair I have is a size 9.5 US, and the official colorway is white, black, what I have to assume is metallic copper, and neutral gray. The retail price on this guy is also $140 US. This is technically it is a retro release from Nike. This shoe originally came out in 1997, and it was a Brett Favre signature. So it's technically a football shoe designed for use on turf, or kind of like a everyday trainer, if you will. And for me, this is one of those shoes. I was like 4 years old when it came out, so it's not exactly like a memory thing, but I really like the look of this shoe. One, because it has the strap. I just really like the retro styling of so many of Nike's older stuff. They have these designs that are, even to this day, I find them to be very modern designs and just really stand out. It's to me, this is really cool to wear instead of some of the usual stuff that you see guys wearing. You can see you have this very unusual Zoom Air bubble here on the side, and this like copper color has this little bit of a fade in it. And what you can't really tell in the online pictures is that this part sticks out quite a bit. I'm not sure if you guys can see there. You'll see it better in the on-feet portion of the video, but it sticks out really, really far. It has this like really big bulge on the outside of the shoe, which makes me like this even more. I really like the unusual styling of this shoe. I posted these on Instagram a few weeks ago, and I had some negative feedback from you guys, but let me know what you guys think about these. Do you hate them? Do you like them? It's one of those shoes that I realize not everybody is going to be a big fan of, but I just really like the look of this shoe. If we start off with the colorway on here, I believe this is an original colorway. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think I did read somewhere that this is an original colorway, which I really like this one. It's predominantly white on the upper, but you have lots of different shades, lots of different materials and overlays, which is what you see a lot of in a lot of the retro stuff. And again, just really makes it that much cooler in my opinion. You have this really unusual wavy design here in the toe box. It is actually a natural leather, and through some kind of heat process, I believe, they put in these little waves. I don't think it's synthetic. I've read that it's leather. But again, they put in these little waves through a heat process, which again gives the shoe a very unusual look. It's a lot deeper. These grooves are a lot deeper than you might expect as well. If you want to check out the high quality images on the review page on my website, I will leave a link down below in the description. You're going to find some buy it now links on that same review page as well, if you do want to pick up a pair of these for yourself. You do have this neutral gray running through the side here, as well as a little bit on the instep, with this big strap with the embroidered Nike swoosh that is black with the outlined in that copper or orange color, it looks like. Nothing fancy about the strap itself. It really does its job securing your foot in place, and it's actually a lot tighter, which you'll see a little bit later in the on-feet portion. You have a black mesh tongue with this little bit of neutral gray running through there as well. This appears like it would be 3M, but it isn't actually 3M. I tested it out, which is kind of a bummer, but I guess the original one probably didn't have it either, so not too big of a letdown. You have the white laces, you have the Zoom Air tag here on the top. Liner on the inside is all black, as you guys can see. And then when we move on to the back, you have a little bit of black tumbled leather, which again feels really, really nice. You have another Nike swoosh in that silver with, or neutral gray, with the outline embroidered in black. Another Nike swoosh here on the black in that neutral gray with the black Nike swoosh. And then another Nike swoosh here on the instep, so it's kind of mirrored right there on the back half of the shoe. Again, more tumbled leather and everything. As far as the midsole goes, that's where this shoe gets a little bit crazy. You have this really large Zoom Air unit, or Zoom Air plastic piece. This is actually hard plastic, for those of you that didn't know. I didn't think it would be until I had it in my hands, but it actually is like a hard plastic, and it really kind of goes up high on the outside of the foot, acting as kind of like a support or push-off point on the upper, so it's not going to flex all that much. This is a really cool design. I'm a big fan of it. And then you have this kind of zigzag running through the outside of the shoe as well, which again just looks so cool in my opinion. You do have this black midsole on here, which again looks really, really sharp, matches the entire colorway. You can see a little bit of this plastic shank running through the middle on the instep. And then if you look at the sole here, it's a combination of kind of clear or translucent sole with a little bit of black running through the middle. You have the one Nike swoosh here, and then it's basically like a turf pattern. It's designed for artificial grass, which is like that synthetic field with like the little rubber pellets running through, just to provide that little bit of extra traction, because like I said, this is a training shoe for turf as a football shoe. It was a Brett Favre signature, and you have basically these little bumps on there. It's a little bit more aggressive than you would expect it to be, but nonetheless very, very cool. And I can't imagine that it's going to wear out all that quickly if you're not wearing them on turf, so I wouldn't worry about that, especially if you are wearing them casually. Like I said, you have this neutral gray kind of shank running through the middle there, acting as a little bit of a support element. But that's pretty much it as far as the shoe itself goes, and we'll move on to a quick on feet so you can get a better idea as to how these shoes look. Alright, here's a look at the Air Zoom Turf Jet 97 on feet with a pair of shorts. I have them laced up two different ways. One just left completely unlaced, as well as the strap kind of being undone. Then the other one I have them laced up kind of regularly with the strap all tightening everything together. And I think they look good either way. Again, this is one of those shoes that I realize is not for everybody, but I'm just personally a really big fan of how this shoe looks, especially on feet. Like I said, it has a much wider looking stance to it than you might expect, especially once you see them in person. This bubble on the side really sticks out farther than you might think, and for that reason I really like the look of this shoe. It has that really awesome retro styling, and it's cut a little bit higher than you might expect as well, but has a really interesting cut. As far as comfort goes, it's a very comfortable pair of shoes, and this particular colorway with a pair of shorts I think looks really, really good. But that's pretty much it as far as what these guys look like with a pair of shorts, and we'll move on to what they look like with a pair of pants next. With the pair of pants, the Turf Jet 97s look great in my opinion. I have them laced up two different ways again just so you can see what they look like. Really am a big fan of the classic retro styling that this shoe brings. Like I said, it is from 1997, and it is technically a football turf shoe, but I think it looks really, really good. As far as comfort goes, they're a very comfortable pair of shoes. I'm actually surprised. Honestly, one of the more comfortable shoes that I've actually owned and worn. As far as sizing goes, they definitely do fit true to size. I'm wearing my usual size 9.5 here, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. And they're not an overly narrow shoe either, so they should be able to fit everybody, given that you stay true to size. I'll give you guys a quick look at the details on the shoe. Again, those little kind of waves on the leather upper really make it a unique looking shoe. Again, not for everybody, but I'm personally a big fan, especially that bubble on the outside. You can see how wide it actually is in the forefoot, which again is personally one of my favorite parts of the shoe. So that's pretty much it as far as the on-feet portion of this video goes, and I'll leave you to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my review plus on-feet video of the Nike Air Zoom Turf Jet 97s. Let me know what you guys think about this. I know some of you guys are going to love it, some of you guys are going to hate it. I'd be very curious to hear what the general consensus is, because I'm personally a really big fan of this guy. And if you guys could leave a like on the video as well, it would be greatly appreciated. If you are interested in getting one of these for yourself, I will have buy it now links to all the currently available colors on the review page on my website at soccerreviewsforyou.com. You can find a direct link down below in the description. On that same review page, you're going to find the high quality images of this exact pair here to get a better idea of the details on here that you might not normally see in the online stock photos. Other than that, guys, if you are not subscribed to the channel already, be sure to hit that subscribe button for some sneaker reviews, some lifestyle gear, watches. I'm going to do some headphones and stuff like that in the future. So if that interests you at all, and like I said, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more. I'm sure you're going to like some of my content. One last thing, I do have an Instagram if you want to follow me there. My Instagram name is VujoJosh, just like this channel name, minus a 2. You can go ahead and look me up.